Saying goodbye to Britta was the hardest thing to do. But when someone's a bitch and a liar, there ain't nothing left to woo. I'm getting rid of Britta.
What am I doing?
I'm getting rid of the bee.
She's a no good bee.
I'm getting rid of Britta. I'm getting rid of the bee.
She's a GDB.
Take it, Pierce.
Howdy, roundabout folks, and welcome back to the community table read. If you're here again and you still haven't watched Community, then there's got to be something wrong with you. I don't know what you're doing. And today we have another person that we didn't have last time. We have my co-host over at the Al Pacino's Prison Scene podcast, Thomas Butler, who will be taking on the role of probably, if I had to take a guess, everyone's favorite character in Community, Senior Chang. Where'd he go? Say hi, Thomas.
So,
There we go. That was pretty good. All right, today we're skipping a few episodes. We're going straight to season 1, episode 4, Social Psychology. All right. And if you don't remember, we're going to go through just a couple more introductions. We got Jason Penguin over there, engaged to HBO Max girl. That's always good for. We've got me, Pierce Hawthorne, Kyle Peterzak as the role of originally, I guess, Jeff Crocker. That was something I had never seen before, and that's interesting. We've got Autumn walking back, continuing the role of Britta. Claire Smith, as always, little Annie Adderall. Jared Donald, of course, as Troy. We've got Geiger. His name's not William. Don't look at that. We got Geiger, continuing narration and action description. Chris, I'm going to skip you because I don't like those glasses. And again, we've got one of the boys from Unscripted, Luke Markham. Go check them out. Links in the description. And of course, as always, Zucchini as Shirley. So without further ado,
I don't know.
I'm trying to get you guys to do this and you're not doing it.
Okay. Guess we all gotta
Add a drum roll.
Cicada, Thomas.
My arm's getting tired, guys. Come on.
Oh, okay. Well,
Oh man,
you know what?
the
Screw them.
disrespect.
We'll just go. Geiger, take us
All right.
away.
All right. Cold open, fade in. Interior Spanish classroom, morning, day 1. Senior Chang is at the whiteboard finishing up a Spanish lesson.
hablamos hablar. Okay, before we wrap up, I'd like to thank you for filling out your anonymous evaluation cards. I found your suggestions to be largely constructive and flattering, but there was one of you whose evaluation was so harsh. I took the time to analyze the person's handwriting against past exams. And I noticed that this coward dots her I's with hearts. Who's erratic and unstable now, Princess Gringo? Okay, see you tomorrow.
Everyone, our study group exits the classroom with the rest of the students. Yeah. Interior hallway outside classroom, continuous. Jeff and Shirley walk in the same direction down the hall.
Nice day out today, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, damn.
Jeff starts back towards the classroom as Shirley walks off. He runs into Britta.
Forget something?
Yeah, I forgot to stagger the timing of my exit with Shirley's. We both have an 11 o'clock all the way across campus, and I can't go to that kind of distance with, ooh, that's nice.
That's mean.
No, that's not nice.
Exterior quad, seconds later. Jeff and Britta walk together out of the school building and onto the quad.
I find Shirley to be very easy to talk to. And aren't you supposed to have like an Olympic gold medal in jibber jabber?
Yeah, but I'm at my best during high-speed bursts of wit. You lock me into Shirley's stride for a marathon banter about our brownies, the awkward silence is going to set in before we pass the stoner tree.
We see a tree where stoners are hanging out. Vaughn, a hot, laid-back guy, plays hacky sack with no socks on and his shirt in his back pocket.
You're muted.
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 All right. Hey, Britta. Hi.
Sup?
Hey, Vaughn, how's it going?
No worries.
Interesting, because I might worry if I played hacky sack a decade too late.
My class is this way.
All right, but I just want to point out that we easily walked more than 100 yards without a single awkward pause, and that's the mark of a true friend. So, nice walking with you, friend.
I'm glad you're not hitting on me anymore.
And there's the awkward pause.
Act 1, fade in, interior cafeteria day. Annie runs up to Professor Duncan, who is in line to pay.
Professor Duncan, Annie Edison, I'm in your 101 lecture. I've heard about your special psych lab.
Ah, the Duncan principle.
Yes, and I know it's limited to second year students, but I had a 4.0 at Riverside High, and I'm not looking down on this school at all, but I'm only here because of a brief addiction to pills that I was told would help me focus, but it actually made me lose my scholarship and virginity. If I could take your lab early, it would be a real feather in my transcript.
I've been in this situation many times, so I'm going to be upfront. I'm not allowed to date students. Even though you are an 8, a British 10, if in spite of that you're still interested, you may join the lab.
Annie jumps.
You need to bring 2 human subjects. It also wouldn't hurt your chances if you could lend me a $5. I seem to have left my purse in my duffel and my duffel in the boot of my lorry.
Annie hands him $5.
Brilliant. See you tomorrow, research assistant.
Annie squeals in something akin to ecstasy and hurries off. Interior cafeteria, continuous. Jeff, Abed, Pierce, Shirley, and Troy at a table near the coffee stand. Jeff looks on as Britta stands in the coffee line talking with Vaughn. Pierce makes a meal out of opening his express package.
What could this express package be? Somebody needs to get me something fast.
Brought your mail to campus?
I didn't have time to open it at home.
Plus, if you opened it at home, we wouldn't be able to see whatever it is you want us to see.
Ah, yes. My ear binoculars.
Perfect.
What is that? It looks like your Bluetooth thingy.
Pierce turns his head. He has a Bluetooth headset in one ear.
No. This is my cell phone headset. This is ear binoculars. It's for spies and what have you. It gives you sonic hearing.
All hearing is sonic.
What's that?
You might want to take that ear thing for a spin.
Pierce looks through the ear binoculars literature.
This is great. I'll be able to hear a violin from the balcony or the doorbell ring when I'm out gardening.
So it's a hearing aid.
No! A hearing aid is for people who can't hear. Ear binoculars are for people who can't hear enough.
Eyes for your ears. That's freaky.
Annie approaches.
So who wants to be in a psych experiment?
Pierce has his ear binoculars on, unaware of Annie.
Guys, Annie's talking about some kind of experiment.
She's behind you. Not interested.
Come on, this is huge for me. I'd be the first freshman to sit in on Professor Duncan's experiment.
Is it the one where he proves that if you drink enough scotch, you forget that you're not driving in England?
No, Jeff, it's supposed to be mind-blowing. Please, you get paid.
Do they do stuff to your butt?
No.
Well, I'll do it anyway.
Everyone but Annie looks at Troy, who minds his lunch oblivious.
Yay. How about you, Abed? It's tomorrow.
Ooh, tomorrow? They're showing all 4 Indiana Jones of the Vista. I was really looking forward to the first 3. I bought a whip.
She stops walking and turns to face him with puppy dog eyes.
This is really important to me, Abed. Could you please go as my friend? My really good friend?
Wow, I didn't realize we were really good friends. I figured we were more like Chandler and Phoebe. They never really had stories together. Sure, I'll do it, Chandler.
Oh, thank you, Abed.
That's nice.
Off Shirley's, that's nice. Jeff looks for Britta and notices she's still talking to Vaughn.
I better say Britta from that dude.
Yeah, she looks like she's in trouble. I hope he doesn't handsome her to death.
Shirley watches Jeff approach it Britta and Vaughn.
Hey,
Hi, what's up? Hey, I'm Vaughn. Man, those shoes look comfortable.
thanks. You in line?
Nah, just chilling. Hey, you're not gonna order coffee, are you?
No, I was just seeing if Britta.
Hey, no judgment at all, bruh. I used to do coffee, but then I switched to green tea, and it's like filled with antioxidants and stuff. It's pretty tight.
Tight, yes. I've heard about the green tea.
Britta doesn't look at Jeff. She smiles at Vaughn.
I like green tea. I should make the change.
Back at the table, Pierce observes Britta and speaks studiously while touching his bionic ear.
Britta's making the change to green tea.
Interior experiment room. Next morning, day 2. Professor Duncan, now wearing a lab coat, addressed several psych student assistants, including Annie.
Welcome, research assistants.
Annie claps. Angle on the monitor. From a hidden camera perspective, we see Abed, Troy, and other students sitting in a waiting room.
If you turn your attention to the monitor, you will see the subjects are waiting for the experiment to begin. But it's actually happening right now.
The students gasp. They are into it.
You're welcome.
Professor Duncan winks. Annie teeters excitedly.
The waiting is the experiment. The Duncan principle is simple. The more control lost by... Actually, I should take this one down too. The more control lost by the ego, the more gained by the id, resulting in a surprisingly predictable emotional eruption or breaking point. Known to Ma and Pa as a tantrum. Annie, please let our subjects know that the experiment will start in 5 minutes.
Smiling, Annie crosses to the door.
But it's never going to start.
Educated teeters. Annie waves her hand over her face, going from a smile to a serious face. She opens the door into the waiting room. Interior waiting room, continuous.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Troy. Hi, Abed. Oh, hi, Senor Chang.
Yeah,
Senior
what?
Chang.
You don't think a community college Spanish teacher could use the $80?
Okay. Well, we're running just a little bit behind, so it's going to be 5.
No, unacceptable. You say something's going to start at 9, it starts at 9. Don't waste mi tiempo.
Senior Chang kicks over a chair and storms out. Interior experiment room, continuous.
And we're off.
The students murmur in fascination. Exterior quad later. Jeff exits the school building with Shirley and some other students. He bends down to tie his shoe, hoping Shirley will keep walking. When he stands, she is right there.
Did you know we walk the same way after class? I'm sure you didn't, or else we'd be walking together. Unless you're a jerk. Just kidding.
Ha, let's do it.
Jeff starts walking with her.
Oh, hold on now. Going a little too fast for these dogs.
The walk is even slower, long, awkward silence. They both try to break it.
You have a
How
kid,
did
right?
Gringo. What's that?
Nothing.
Shirley exhales. This is painful for her too. Long silence.
Pierce is not exactly right in his head, is he?
Jeff smiles. This perks him up.
Oh, I don't know. He seems like a pretty normal guy. Oh, wait, he's nuts.
Shirley giggles.
You better be careful. He might be listening with those Inspector Gadget hearing aids. You know that show?
I do know that show.
Oh, and how about that hacky sack guy? Always around, flirting with Britta. It's embarrassing.
I know. He's the worst.
I mean, what's with that hair?
It's perpetually moist. And the incessant evangelizing of green tea. Like, no offense, but if I want medical advice, I'll get it from someone wearing socks.
Shirley loves that one. They continue gabbing. Interior experiment room later. Professor Duncan stands in front of the monitor. He checks his watch.
Okay, we're 3 hours in. Let's review what we've seen. Pay close attention to every subject's breaking point.
Angle on the monitor. Professor Duncan fast forwards the tape. We start with a room full of subjects. Over time, we see Annie pop in and out of the room, one after another. Frustrated subjects get up and leave. The research assistants take notes.
Look at this one. He's a stomper. This one's a screamer. We got a bulimic. Look at the little one chase the big one. It's like Benny Hill. 4. Oh, he just hit that girl.
On the tape, all that remain are now Abed and Troy. Abed remains motionless while Troy slowly melts down and exits. Abed is the only one left. He sits patiently, hands folded in his lap. Professor Duncan leans closer to the screen.
Ah, I've seen this before. The longer they wait, the harder they break. Buckle up, students. Does he have a whip?
Exterior quad later, Shirley and Jeff sit on a bench laughing.
Oh, and have you seen how often Hacky Sack takes his shirt off? He'd play shirts and skins in a game of checkers.
I am so glad to be able to talk about that guy. I wanted to say something to Britta, but we're supposed to be friends now, and she'd think I was jealous.
I don't see why you and Britta aren't together. Two cute white people going to school together. Just seems right.
Surely, we're not pandas in a zoo.
Oh dear.
Jeff looks. Britta and Vaughn make out on the quad.
That is not what I want to see.
Britta looks up, sees Jeff watching her.
And there goes the shirt.
Fade out, end of Act 1. Act 2, fade in, interior student lounge later. Britta approaches Jeff at a table.
Hey.
Hi there. Want me to check your? Want me to check you for grass stains?
That was embarrassing.
Oh, whatever. Seize the day. Man, life is short. Get up on that, you know? All aboard the dreamboat.
I wasn't sure when or how to bring up that I was hanging out with Vaughn. Figured you'd make fun of him and me.
First of all, friends don't make fun of each other. And secondly, Vaughn seems cool.
Britta is impressed with Jeff.
You guys should hang out. Well, I gotta go. That was tacky out there. You'll never see it again.
No worries.
Exterior quad next morning. Day 3. Pierce talks to Shirley as they exit the school building from before. He wears his ear binoculars and Bluetooth.
This is amazing. I could finally hear Mr. Chang from the back of the room. Too bad you don't make one of these for accents. Ooh, what's that? What do you mean you got a hold of some sweet weed?
Doesn't it get confusing with the phone in one ear and that thing in the other?
It's called living in the modern world.
His cell phone rings in his other ear. It's very loud for Pierce and startles him.
Hello? Mom? Yeah, I'll visit soon. What do you mean, do I want a toke? Wait, who's about to bust you? What pigs? What pigs are coming? Just put Dad on.
As Pierce walks off, contouring in confusion, Jeff hurries up to Shirley.
Shirley, did you notice Senior Chain's frogs today? Tiny bullfighters?
I can top that. Did you see Hacky Sack wearing an anklet?
Jeff doesn't react.
Since when won't you talk about Vaughn? No fun.
Trying to be a good friend to Britta. She thought I'd make fun of him and I want to be unpredictable. I'm going to show her I'm not the jerk she thinks I am and friend the hell out of that green tea drinking drum circler.
Okay. But tell me you've noticed how small his nipples are.
Not engaging.
What? It's not gossip if it's fact. My kids have hamsters with bigger nips.
Interior experiment room/waiting room later. The room is a complete mess, littered with takeout food containers, crumpled pieces of paper, and empty coffee cups. Professor Duncan, Annie, and other research assistants are bleary-eyed, but they continue to watch the monitor. On the monitor, Abed happily sits in the same position.
Is it on pause?
No, that's just him.
Annie opens the door to the waiting room.
Sorry you've been waiting 26 hours. It will be 5 more minutes.
Okie dokie.
Annie closes the door and goes back to the experiment room. Professor Duncan tugs at his hair.
Why won't he leave? Professor, I have other classes. I have to. Go! Fine! I hate you! Go kill John Lennon again, you loser!
Research assistant 1 leaves. Professor Duncan turns to the monitor.
He's ruining my study! He's warping the Duncan principle! Damn you! Damn you, you outlying piece of datum! Ow! This is all your fault!
But you told me to bring subjects.
Subjects, not Rain Man! I should have never let you in this lab, little Miss Know-It-All, Annie Fanny, Panties in a Bunch.
Oh, that's so hilarious. Did you think of that last time you skipped a trip to the dentist?
Let me answer that question with another question.
Professor Duncan starts yelling and stomping his feet in complete exasperation. The other research assistants take notes on his behavior. He notices.
What are you doing? Stop writing!
He grabs one of their composition notebooks and throws it at them. Terrified, the assistants scramble to the door.
Out! All of you! You're all a bunch of dorks! You destroyed the Duncan principle!
Professor Duncan exits, slamming the door behind him. Annie, fuming, sits alone in the room. After a beat, she gets up and opens the door, waiting to the waiting room where Abed is waiting patiently.
Go home!
She slams the door shut. We stay on Abed alone in the room.
Cool.
He gets up to go. Interior cafeteria later, Jeff sits with Britta and Vaughn.
So Britta said you did a lot of community service.
Ultimate Frisbee at the Senior Center. It's amazing.
And what makes Frisbee ultimate?
Oh, man. If I had a nickel for every time I wish someone asked me that.
Britta is happy they are getting along.
I'm gonna get dessert. Want anything?
Carrots?
I'm good.
Britta exits. Shirley sees Jeff and Vaughn sitting together. She makes eye contact with Jeff and gives him a gives him a shit-eating grin and saunters over.
Hey, you two. Well, that's a cool shirt.
Thanks.
Jeff looks at Shirley like, what are you up to?
Where's it from?
Let me see.
He takes his shirt off. Shirley, behind Vaughn's back, smiles big at Jeff.
Hanes. Classic.
That's nice.
Vaughn turns back to Jeff, still with his shirt off. While Vaughn talks to Jeff about volunteering, Shirley motions to Jeff to check out the nipples. So small, where are they? Jeff tries not to laugh.
You know, people underestimate the elderly, but you should see these guys out there throwing the bead, loving life. It's inspiring.
I'll think about it.
No worries. Better check on Brits.
Vaughn exits. Shirley snickers while Jeff tries to suppress a laugh.
You are the devil.
Pierce and Troy walk up.
Look what we've got here, Troy. A good old-fashioned clique.
We're not a clique.
I'm not naive. At Hawthorne Wipes, my corporate board was torn asunder by backstabbing and factionalism. I've also seen Mean Girls. So, what's your plan? Pairing off by twos? You, Shirley, me, Troy?
I haven't made a call on that yet.
We work so well as a group. Me, Annie, Brittles, the Arab boy. I just want you to think about that before you throw it a wall. Throw it all away for a sack of giggles.
Pierce strides off, letting his words sink in. Interior student lounge later. Britta and Jeff hang out.
You like Vaughn, right?
He's very cute. He's got shoulders.
I'm worried that he's thinking more intensely about this thing than me. He says stuff, you know, after
School?
After
You had sex with him. What was it like?
What? Forget that. The problem now is he's calling me babe and trying to hold my hand, and it's getting too relationshipy. And he gave me, I can't.
What?
You can't tell anyone about this.
Britta hands over a piece of paper. Jeff looks at it, remains stone-faced.
It's a poem.
How do I respond to something like that? Thank you?
Jeff holds gold.
That's a difficult question, which I will answer. Oh, someone's texting me.
Jeff pulls his phone out. He holds it up in front of his face between it and the poem. He pretends to study and operate the phone while adjusting the angle of the phone and the paper.
Just have to read this text and
Match cut to exterior quad. Later, Jeff is holding a printout of a photo he took of the poem. He reads it to Shirley.
Did you ever notice where the ocean meets the sky? Did ya? It's the same wizard blue that I see in your eyes, Britta.
Oh, no. Wizard Blue?
Yes.
Oh, thank you. That has brightened my day. I'm so glad we can rip on that dude again.
I'm trying to be a good friend to Britta, but I mean, the guy wrote a poem, right? Look, that's the strain of a teardrop over the word rad.
Jeff and Shirley snicker. Angle on Pierce somewhere else on the quad. His ear binoculars point in Jeff and Shirley's direction. He clearly doesn't like what he hears. Interior study room. Later, Aubin and Troy are there. An exhausted Annie enters.
Hey, sorry for bailing on your psych experiment yesterday.
That was the experiment, Troy. We were testing how long people would wait in the room.
This wrinkles Troy's brain.
Whoa.
Oh, gotcha.
Gotcha? That's all you have to say. You sat in a room for 26 straight hours. No food, no water. Didn't that bother you?
Yes, I was livid.
Then why didn't you leave?
Because you asked me to stay and you said we were friends.
Amy doesn't know what to say. She sits down, ashamed.
Oh, man. That's really beautiful. Wait, is this still part of the experiment?
Jeff and Shirley enter, giggling and gabbing.
No. He's more like a puppy with a fish mouth.
Right. Like this.
Shirley does a fawn face. Jeff laughs. Pierce opens the door to the study room and strides in.
That's right. Laugh it up. You guys want to know what they're doing right now? Making fun of us. I heard it with my own ear binoculars.
Pierce, we...
Calling me hacky sap, ripping on my six-packs, abs, and my moist hair. And apparently someone got a hold of my poem. And that face she was just making? That was obviously Annie.
Okay, this is definitely part of the experiment.
Pierce, we weren't making fun of you.
Kyle?
Vaughn. I said my line.
Oh, you froze.
Oh, okay.
Give it to us again.
All right. We were talking about Britta's boyfriend, Vaughn.
Oh, okay, good. But if we're gonna do something, let's do it as a team. I'll get the ball rolling. Maybe he has a tiny penis.
Who is this guy?
Oh, you all have to see him. Everything's no worries. And he always has to say 3 greetings in a row. And show them the poem.
Shirley takes Vaughn's poem print from Jeff's hand and hands it over.
Oh, maybe we shouldn't do that. I don't think we should.
I should be done in an hour.
Shirley hears Britta and hides the poem printout under a bag. Britta and Vaughn are now standing in the entryway.
Muted.
No worries.
He just said it.
Hey guys, you've met Vaughn, right?
Hey, what's up? Hi.
Shirley holds up 3 fingers. The group tries not to laugh but can't hold it in.
He's a fool.
Whoa, this group's got a case of the giggles. Tight.
Vaughn sits down at the table, moving the bag out of his way. His poem is revealed.
Is that you showed them my poem?
No.
Read it.
You guys are laughing at me, aren't you? Wow. I thought you were cooler than this.
Vaughn leaves. Britta's pissed.
I can't believe you.
Honestly, Jeff, how dare you?
Jeff shoots Shirley a look. Britta shakes her head at Jeff and goes after Vaughn.
He's crying. Oh, now he's barking.
Fade out. End of Act 2. Act 3. Fade in. Exterior quad. Later. An angry Jeff walks across the quad. Shirley catches up with him.
Jeff, wait. I'm sorry I sold you out.
Britta's never going to forgive me. I can't believe I showed you that poem. Good Lord, when did my life become an episode of Degrassi High?
Can we talk?
Jeff sighs and sits with Shirley.
Jeff, I have a gossip problem.
I'm not a real supporter of this word, but duh.
I stir the pot, Jeff. I'm a pot stirrer. This isn't the only study group I've had this year. See those ladies over there?
Angle on a group of African American women hanging out together. One of them gives Shirley a dirty look.
I was in that group until they kicked me out. They call me Catalina. It's a bumblebee nickname. It's cute, but it stings.
Jeff looks over at Shirley's former study group.
Look how big that woman's earrings are. It's like little dogs should be jumping through them.
Shirley puts her fist to her mouth, using every bit of strength not to gossip.
This is never gonna work. It's gotta end.
Shirley, don't do this. We can still hang out. We just won't bag on people.
Come on, Jeff. What are we gonna talk about? My kids, your old doctor career?
I was a lawyer.
See, I'm already bored.
Well, we'll always have tiny nipples.
Shirley smiles. Jeff starts off.
Jeff, wait.
Jeff stops and turns.
I know I shouldn't, but just one last gossip. Britta told me she had a sex dream about you. You still have a chance.
Details.
Shirley puts a fist to her mouth and runs away as Jeff stands there pensively. Interior cafeteria / student lounge. Next day, day 4. Annie approaches Abed, who eats at a table. She holds a gift.
Abed, here. I wanted to say sorry for yelling at you. You were being a good friend, and I was really selfish.
He looks in the gift bag.
Indiana Jones. Cool.
I just got you the first 3 because...
The fourth one blows.
They share a smile.
Cool.
Professor Duncan approaches.
Oh, Annie, there you are. You know, after I went home and slept and drank some more, I realized it was I who reached a breaking point. I had been the subject of my own study, and I loved it. Not only was the Duncan principle upheld, I now have even more reason to study it. We're running some new trials tonight if you'd like to assist.
Annie looks at Abed, then at the professor.
Actually, Professor, I think I'm watching movies tonight with a friend.
Annie and Abed walk away. Duncan is at a loss. Jeff walks by towards Britta in the student lounge.
Don't want to talk to you.
I know, I'm sorry. Really, really sorry. And I can go talk to Vaughn if you want me.
Vaughn broke up with me.
Oh. Oh.
You broke my trust. You suck.
I'm sorry. I was in a tough position. I needed to vent, so I showed Shirley the poem. I couldn't handle just being one of the girls.
But I liked you as one of the girls. What do you want to be?
I don't know. Is there a spot on the friendship spectrum between total stranger and having to hear about the details of you? And having to hear about you guys, the guys you date. Ooh. Ideally, one notch underneath driving you to the airport and painting your kitchen.
I think we can work something out.
Great.
Britta gets up to leave.
And if I'm occasionally naked in your dreams, I won't complain.
Shirley.
She has a real problem. She serves the pot. She's a pot stirrer.
Exterior quad day. A down Vaughn approaches the stoner tree. His stoner friend kicks him the hacky sack. Vaughn misses it.
Sorry about that.
Hey, no worries.
Vaughn looks at his friends in the eyes and gives them this warning.
Some worries. Some worries.
His friends seem dismayed to hear this is possible. The world is changing again. Exterior quad continues. Jeff walks alone, sad. A student in a weird outfit walks by.
Shirley would say something funny about that.
Jeff looks up and sees Shirley walking toward him. He smiles, but then sees she's walking with Britta.
Oh, you know, Jeff.
They pass him and laugh.
Oh no.
Jeff runs over to Pierce.
Where's your ear thing?
Got rid of it. Jeff, there are certain things man is not meant to hear. We were designed by whatever entity you choose to hear what's in this range and this range alone. Because you know who's talking to us in this range. People we love.
Pierce walks away, leaving Jeff to ponder this.
Yeah, he heard us call him Inspector Gadget.
Fade out. End of show.
Great job, everybody. What another great episode. JP, I want to get a quick word from you on the dangers of reading a professional script and then trying to write your own script. Any thoughts on that? He's muted again.
I mean, it's good to read professional scripts so you can see what they're doing. The problem becomes is when you don't actually understand industry standards. The pros don't have to follow them anymore. So they can pretty much do whatever they want, knowing that their script is going to get made anyway. So yeah, the barriers to entry for them are gone. And what you don't want to do is copy exactly what they're doing because they're just at a different place. You have to show that you understand industry standard formatting guidelines rules. And once you've done that, you can break them, which, you know, people obviously do.
Oh, look at me. I'm a big old smarty pants. Okay.
Asked him a question and he answered.
Yeah, I was expecting him to just be like, oh, well, don't do it because you don't know the rules. So there's a little tidbit for all you viewers out there. Thanks for listening again. The second one, I'm a little surprised you made it. But don't forget to check out all the links in the description. There's me and Thomas's podcast is also Unscripted. And I've got a few of my colleagues' videos in there as well. So until next time, stop with sauerkraut.
Give me some good, tiny dreams.